The world shall be before me. I shall transform mere mortals and wizards alike into wretched spirits.
Who was that, and do ghosts listen to it? Within the jungle, a group of children was having a meeting, and a photographer had sent a video to Yash.
These are the real children, these are clones of the children.
To uncover the truth, Yash immediately set off towards the jungle. Finally, Yash arrived at the place where the children were supposed to be meeting at night, but there was no one there.
Complete silence prevails here.
Yash started watching the video again on his phone, trying to understand what the children were discussing and if he could find any hints. However, the clip didn't make any sense to Yash.
What a mess. How will I uncover the truth now?
To discover the truth, Yash would have to wait for the night, but the biggest question that needed an answer was why those clones were having a meeting. Lost in his thoughts, Yash was transported to the Ghostistan. Yash had often found answers to life's mysteries within his ancient book, but he couldn't find the answer to this mystery. As soon as night fell, the gateway to the ghost universe began to open on Earth. This time, the portal appeared on the rooftop instead of the ground. However, Brian, blissfully unaware, was peacefully sleeping in his room, snoring away. Meanwhile, Brian's brother, Ryan, heard some noises coming from the rooftop. Carrying a torch, he cautiously ascended to investigate. The sight that greeted him made his pants damp and his body tremble with fear.
My house has been overrun by countless ghosts. I need to seek the help of Yash the Ghost Hunter.
Without wasting a moment, Ryan called Yash the Ghost Hunter and narrated the entire incident. Yash swiftly hopped on his bike and set off towards Ryan's house. The ghosts from the ghost universe were taking the ghost children inside, leaving replicas of those children in their place on Earth. Yash immediately pulled out numerous fire bullets from his pocket and started throwing them towards the gateway of the ghost universe.
You've returned, Yash. It seems you don't value your life.
I roam around with my life in my hands, but the day you get caught up in my trap, I'll make you remember your granny.
Upon hearing this, the ghost became furious and launched an attack on Yash. However, Yash had planned his escape meticulously. He swiftly hopped on his bike and started fleeing from the scene.
Stop, Yash! Today I'll kill you!
Who will kill whom, only time will tell. But for now, running away is the best option.
Yash accelerates his bike at full speed through the air. But suddenly, the ghost from the ghost universe uses its magic and disappears, only to reappear right in front of Yash. Yash quickly revs up the accelerator of his bike, and the ghost uses its magic to conjure a massive boulder. With all its might, the ghost hurls the boulder towards Yash, who starts riding his bike at full speed. Just as the boulder approaches Yash, he abandons his bike and leaps into the air, performing a daring leap upward. Yash is above, the bike is below, and the boulder passes between them. Yash swiftly lands back on his bike, executing a high-flying maneuver, and delivers a powerful kick to the ghost standing before him. The ghost goes straight down and falls into the bushes. Enraged, the ghost utilizes all its power and casts a spell on Yash, causing him and his bike to crash down with a loud thud. Yash is severely injured. He attempts to stand up, but the pain is excruciating. But suddenly, lightning starts flashing in the sky, and the voice of a sage is heard.
Yash, I need your help. The king of the ghost universe is coming to Earth very soon, and he wants the Jalmani. If the Jalmani falls into his hands, it will be disastrous.
That means even the king of the ghost universe is getting entangled instead of resolving the matter.
Afterward, the sage informs Yash that the king of the ghost universe has a massive army and intends to conquer Earth with the help of his army. However, he needs to construct a bridge to bring his entire army to Earth at once. This bridge will connect the ghost universe to Earth, allowing them to seize our planet. But to build this bridge, the king of the ghost universe requires 5 stones that are on our Earth, and those stones are being protected by 5 sages.
But why are they kidnapping children, and why are they sending their clones?
Ghosts cannot venture out during the day, so they are sending their clones into this universe to find information about those 5 stones.
The sage was still revealing the truth to Yash when suddenly the ghost attacks him again with its magic. However, the sage creates a bubble-like protective shield around Yash, and he remains completely safe. The ghost tries to use its full power against Yash, but the sage's shield is incredibly strong, and the ghost's power cannot surpass it.
Sage, please continue with your explanation. I will deal with this later.
Afterwards, the sage tells Yash that for the past 5,000 years, both I and Anadhi have been protecting the Jalmani. However, the ghosts from the ghost universe have captured Anadhi, and now the Jalmani is in danger. If the Jalmani falls into the hands of the ghost universe's king, he will become incredibly powerful and gain control over all the water on Earth.
This means the situation has become very serious. But where is this Jalmani located?
Then the sage points towards the northern direction. That's all the sage says before lightning strikes in the sky.
I have to go immediately, Yash.
Saying that, the sage disappears. As soon as the sage disappears, the protective shield surrounding Yash also vanishes, but by that time, the ghost from the ghost universe had also disappeared.
They departed with only partial information, heading south. But the southern direction encompasses half of the Earth. Where should I even begin searching there? And how can I possibly confront the ghost army without my powers? Whatever happens, I have to go towards the northern direction because the ghost of the ghost universe will search for the Jalmani there.
Yash immediately sets off on his bike towards the northern direction. On the way, Yash sees someone's shadow, but it turns out to be just a shadow with no body.
Oh man, what's going on? Since when do shadows start moving?
Yash lowers his bike a little, and then he realizes whose shadow. It's Rajni's shadow, but how can Rajni's shadow be separate from her body? Yash brings his bike down, but by that time, Rajni had vanished.
Did Rajni separate her shadow using her powers? But how is that possible?
Yash couldn't understand what was happening with Rajni, but at that moment, saving the Jalmani was crucial, so Yash immediately heads towards the ocean. Yash reaches near the ocean. Above the ocean, the sage was fighting numerous ghosts, and many ghosts from the ghost universe were entering the ocean.
Seems like they're searching for the ghost Jalmani.
Without wasting any time, Yash immediately jumps into the battlefield and starts firing bullets at the ghosts.
I'm here, Sage. Let's together eliminate these ghosts.
Yash shoots his fire bullets at the ghosts, but it has no effect on them.
Your tricks won't work on the ghosts from the ghost universe. They are powerful.
Suddenly, there is a strange disturbance in the sky. Due to the disturbance, all the ghosts start leaving the place.
Hey Sage, where are they going?
The gate to the ghost universe is closing, so they are returning. They will come back tomorrow and continue the fight. I can stop them for a while, but as their clones increase on Earth, they will become stronger. Then, I won't be able to stop them. Yash, you need to discover your powers.
As soon as the sage finishes speaking, he disappears along with all the ghosts, and there is complete silence. Yash becomes very confused. What should he do? How can he stop everyone? While thinking about it, Yash jumps into the water from his bike. But something strange happens. Yash is unable to swim. Yash was growing despondent while pondering about all this. In the mysterious ghost universe, time moves 10 times faster than on Earth. This means that those who are taken captive there will age 100 years in just 10 years. Sadly, they will eventually perish, forever trapped in the ghost universe with no chance of coming back. And here, the clones that are arriving are busy searching for stones during the daytime. The clones discover that a library holds hidden information about the stones. So this time, the door to the ghost universe opens in the library, and the ghosts start searching for information throughout the library. Meanwhile, Yash starts living near the seashore in a makeshift hut.
The ghosts came here yesterday as well. Maybe they will come again today to take the Jalmani.
It was very cold, so he lit a fire. While the fire is burning, Yash starts seeing something.
Why do I see a child in this fire? And why does this child resemble me? Why is he alone and why is he crying? Someone calm it down.
Suddenly, Yash wakes up from his dream.
Who was that child? Who am I? What was my childhood like? Why can't I remember my childhood?
Yash was having a dream when he receives a phone call. The phone call is from a library.
Sir.
Hey buddy, why are you saying sir? Tell me what happened.
Then Daniel tells Yash,
I was sitting in my library at night when suddenly eerie voices started coming from the library, and before I knew it, many ghosts appeared in the library. It felt like they were searching for a book. They picked up books from here and there and threw them around. They picked me up and threw me outside the library. My library, sir. Save me, sir.
Maybe the door to the ghost universe opened in the library. But why are the kids searching for a book instead of searching for the Jalmani? Something seems off.
Yash immediately takes his bike and heads towards the library.
It's an incredibly difficult task to fight against the ghosts of the ghost universe. How am I supposed to handle them? If Rajni were here, she would handle everything.
Yash reaches the library. Yash goes to the backside of the library where Daniel was sitting in a corner, sweating profusely. Yash immediately picks up a small stone and throws it towards Daniel.
Who's there?
Hey, buddy, it's me, Yash the Ghost Hunter.
As soon as Daniel sees Yash, he immediately runs towards him, but there was a book lying on the floor, and Daniel's foot lands on the book, causing him to slip. But Yash quickly grabs Daniel by his collar.
Sir, there are a lot of ghosts increasing in the library, and someone is searching for books.
Hold up, since when did these ghosts become bookworms? We'll have to go and see.
Yash enters the library stealthily, and there, the door to the ghost universe is wide open, and all the ghosts are picking up books and throwing them around. Yash starts thinking about what he should do now. He doesn't have enough power to fight the ghosts from the ghost universe, and if he messes with them, things could get complicated.
The book isn't here. It must be somewhere else.
Upon hearing this, all the ghosts start returning, and the door to the ghost universe closes.
There's no book here. What book are they looking for, and what are the ghosts and clones searching for?
Before leaving, Yash meets Daniel and collects all the books together, then heads back to Gostistan. As Yash is riding along the road, he suddenly spots a ghost carrying a child and taking him away. Yash swiftly turns his bike towards them and starts throwing firebombs at the ghost. The child slips out of the ghost's grasp, and Yash quickly maneuvers his bike to catch the child. The ghost tries to attack Yash, but he manages to evade the attacks by swiftly dodging here and there. Yash speeds towards the child's house with the child safely on the bike. The ghost continues to pursue Yash, but it's time for the ghost universe's door to close, and the ghost is forced to retreat. Yash reaches the child's home with the child. Seeing their child, the parents become overjoyed and start crying. Yash, too, becomes emotional and starts shedding tears. Yash gets lost in thoughts again and screams loudly.
Someone silence this child! Someone silence this child!
The child gets scared upon seeing Yash, and without wasting any time, Yash swiftly rides away from there. On the other side, strange things were happening with Rajni. Sometimes her shadow would go missing, and other times she and her shadow would be in the same place at the same time. Rajni was getting angry seeing all this. Due to her anger, fire would start emanating from her body. The fire would wander around, landing on a tree and setting it ablaze. The fire would spread, and gradually, 3 to 4 trees would catch fire. Rajni gets scared, fearing that the fire might spread throughout the entire jungle. Just then, a sage appears there, manifesting his powers and extinguishing the fire.
Rajni, you must learn to control your powers. For that, you need to go towards the Himalayas. That's where you'll find the power to control them.
Before Rajni can ask the sage anything, he disappears. Rajni starts her journey towards the Himalayas when suddenly a laser beam shoots out from her side.
What is this?
Curious, she follows the laser and sees someone practicing there. Rajni couldn't make out their appearance clearly. Rajni begins to approach the person. On the other side, the ghosts reach the oldest library in the city. They start searching for a book that could lead them to the stones in the north. The ghosts had their clones with them, attempting to find a way to reach the stones. They come across a book that contains the path to the stones in the north, but it wasn't clear where the stone was hidden. One of the clones tries to understand the book.
I can't make heads or tails of this book.
We need to bring Voltus back from the ghost universe with his army. We have to find a way to reach the stones. But will this ghost hunter help us find the stones?
We'll deal with the ghost hunter. First, let's get rid of him. Once Voltus returns to Earth, no one will be able to stop us. We'll easily defeat those sages.
All the ghosts set off from there to kill Yash. Meanwhile, Yash was feeling very sad. He couldn't remember his childhood or who his parents were. Yash lands near a pond and sits down, lost in thought. Suddenly, he sees the same child in the water of the pond. The child was crying loudly. Seeing the child, Yash also starts crying. He enters a different state of mind. The ghosts reach Yash. They surround him and attack. Yash doesn't pay any attention to them. But as the lasers reach Yash, a light starts emanating from within him, creating a powerful shield around him. The ghosts keep attacking, but nothing happens to Yash. Yash continues to cry in the water. The ghosts couldn't harm him. Has Yash started to discover his powers? Will Yash be able to find out about his parents? Let's find out in the next episode.